Hoodrich Radio is the voice of DJ Scream right here. Moran, what's up? We have a special guest in the building. You've seen her on The Voice.
Yep.
Season 14. She was a top 3 contestant. Let's give a round of applause for Kyla Jade.
Hey.
We're trying to get that right all day.
Absolutely.
So
Congratulations.
It would be bad if I didn't get it right.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm very happy to be here. How are you?
Welcome to Hoodrich Radio. How are you?
I'm fantastic, actually.
Okay, that's what's up. So if anybody's been under a rock and doesn't understand or know who Kyla Jade is, talk to the world right now. Let them know what's up with you.
Well, I am. What's interesting is most people know me from Bobby Jones Gospel.
Okay.
So I did that. I did that for 9 years, actually. So before I came to The Voice, I have a long history with gospel music. The Voice was amazing, actually. It was a really, really cool journey. So I was just happy to be there.
Okay.
Didn't you get somewhat of a backlash for doing the gospel thing, then transition into The Voice?
No, not at all.
didn't? Okay.
No, the Saints were happy.
Good.
And I think, and again, I'm a strong Christian. So anything I do, you're gonna feel God. I don't have to beat you over the head with them. You're gonna feel them when I sing, no matter what I sing.
Okay. Make it
Dope.
clear.
Hey, I'm
Make
with
it
it.
clear. Make it clear. How long have you been singing?
I came out the womb singing. My mother sang to her belly.
Okay.
Prayed that I could. So I'm one of those church kids that sang everything before they could talk. It's just kind of who I am.
Dope.
In the world of the music industry, when you can sing, like when you can just sing right now, right? No filters, no compression, no craziness, right? And then you might turn on the radio and hear a lot of processed music. How does that make Kyla feel?
It is extremely frustrating.
Okay.
It's frustrating from an artist standpoint because I like to create moments and create music that I grew up listening to. It's important to me. It was important to me on the show to sing songs that said something important.
Right.
And also it was a throwback to the women I grew up listening to. So to turn it on and to hear not music, but just hear their expression. I'm not going to say it's not artistic. It's their own personal expression,
Right.
but it's not musical. It doesn't uplift you. It doesn't change your heart. It doesn't make you feel anything. And if those things don't happen, then to me, why are you doing it?
Do you ever hear a song, though, that might be processed or whatever you want to call it, and it's just jamming?
Oh, listen, it can feel good all day, but what
Right.
are you saying?
Got you.
That's real.
So, I mean, you can rub on me all you want to, but if you ain't saying nothing, what's the point? If you're not saying anything, then why are we actually put on this earth? We're put on this earth to change lives. And I feel like if you have an outlet like music, it is the perfect opportunity to mix the thing that you love and your purpose for being here.
Absolutely. So who are some of the artists that you looked up to on your journey?
Well, I am a #1 Aretha Franklin fan. I'm actually still mourning.
Rest in peace to the
R.I.P.
queen.
to
Rest
the
in peace to
queen.
the
You know, I
queen,
just
yes.
took my black off. Riri's gone. But I felt that from the very beginning, she understood who she was, and she didn't compromise. She sang country, R&B, soul, pop, but it was her.
Right.
It was still Aretha Franklin. It was still her sound. And then, of course, there's many gospel artists. I love classic soul music. I love jazz, Ella Fitzgerald, and Nina Simone's, all of which said something.
Right.
I think I did this thing in Aspen. It's called a Think Festival. And we talked about the soul of music, what it meant, how it was defined. And soul music to me is experience lived.
Right.
So how do you sing about something you don't know anything about? And that's where music is lacking today because we haven't gone through anything to talk about it.
Right.
Well, okay, so you said we haven't gone through anything. Do you think is we haven't gone through anything or the artists haven't, or they don't know how to get here and express what they've gone through? Because a lot of people come from the projects, a lot of people come from
Absolutely.
poverty, a lot of people come from abuse or whatever the case is, but they choose to rap about getting high or sing about getting high.
Right.
Because R&B singers are singing more about rap lyrics than
And you know what? And I don't have experience with that. So I'm not judging anyone's experience. I think, again, everyone's artistic expression is everyone's artistic expression. But again, I think you have a responsibility to others. And if your responsibility doesn't come out in what you present, then again, what is your worth?
Okay.
So that's where I think it transitions for me, is that I have a charge to empower, to make women maybe feel beautiful. Maybe they don't feel beautiful today. I have a charge to those who don't know who they are, that they stand up and respect themselves more. Because if you don't respect yourself, you can't respect anybody else. Like, there's just, I guess, again, it comes from ministry, being in it for so long. So it's important to me that someone's life has changed every time I have the opportunity to sing.
That's real. So, in your own words, how would you define your own personal worth? Because when it comes to The Voice, you were the first African-American singer to make it to the top end?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, it was actually pretty big. Myself and Spencer Baker, that was history to have two African Americans in the Final Four. But yeah, I was the first African American woman to get that far and the first big voice, they call us big voices, to even remotely get close to the end. We're misunderstood a lot. A lot of times people say, oh, she's just hollering, she's just screaming. No, actually, I can sing softly too if you pay attention. But your question again was, what do I feel like
how would you define your own personal worth in your words?
My own personal worth. I would say to sum it up, I'm a child of God, first and foremost.
Okay.
And secondly, I am here to teach those, or maybe to remind those, that they are made for this and made to not live mediocre.
Okay. All right, Queen. All right. I respect that.
That was a really deep question.
No,
I felt like I needed
really
to.
deep answer.
I mean, very. You followed it up really well. But
Listen, I had to pray and think about it. I didn't want to be stupid. That was a hard question.
Nah, it's all good because I feel like you're really dropping a lot of gems when it comes to certain things that you've been through. So seeing how, like you said, there are a lot of wishy-washy things going on in the industry. What are some things you've encountered personally that you had to bypass?
Well, I was on a show that is not necessarily catered to African Americans.
Okay.
So it was already difficult coming in, and then it was already difficult being a Black woman who is opinionated. I'm 30-some years old. I know exactly who I am, and I'm not compromising any of those values. And that is a show that actually teaches. It is a great platform, don't get me wrong, but it is made for those who want to experience and stretch and figure out who they are. I came on the show knowing who I was.
Right.
So there were things that I was not going to compromise at all. And in the industry, being a plus size girl on top of it is already hard. There's a stigma that comes to any girl who grew up in church is a plus size girl and is African American. There's a sound that people expect from you. There is a visual that people expect from you. And it's been interesting redefining what that is for me and for anyone who looks like me.
Absolutely. Dope.
Okay.
Really dope.
What are some of your other hobbies and interests outside of just, music and the things that you do that are faith driven? Like, what do you do to?
I'm a movie buff.
You're movie
I love
buff.
movies. I'm a Marvel girl.
So you saw Black Panther?
Listen.
Because Corness didn't see it.
What?
Corness didn't see it.
She
Yep.
has not saw Black Panther.
Did y'all
She's
take?
the last
Did y'all take her
African-
card?
she's the
Nah,
last
we joking.
African-American on the planet who has not seen Black Panther.
Corness didn't see it.
I am. I love movies. I'm actually a really big reader, so I read a lot of books. I'm pretty whack. I'm gonna put my record player on, get a glass of wine, and
It's not whack.
Absolutely
like
not.
that is the extent.
That
when
is
I'm not
chill.
traveling, that's it. I'm shut down.
You have one ratchet habit. This is Hoodrich Radio.
You know what? I'm from Kansas.
You're from Kansas, okay?
Like I'm just telling you, I'm like, I have ratchet tendencies
Right.
that I'm really proud of when they happen. But then like my really ratchet friends just tell me to sit down.
So what do you
But
do?
what is one of those ratchet things? We're digging a little deeper here.
I really don't have them.
It could be a particular food that you eat. It could be the way that you eat it. It could be one song that you ride to and play really loud that we wouldn't expect you to play.
When I tell you I am the squarest girl you'll ever meet, like I'm just gonna be honest, I'm super square.
You like Beyonce?
I feel like I'm gonna get in trouble if I answer that honestly.
Listen, this is Hoodrich Radio.
She is one of the most amazing artists
Right.
I've ever seen in my life.
Right.
I sent my sister to her concert
Okay.
Oh, wow.
because I wasn't going.
You weren't going because...
Too many people.
Okay.
But am I impressed by her artistry? Absolutely.
So let's take a setting like that. You don't want to go to the Beyonce concert, right? Because it's just not for you, which is fine. So how do you overcome, or do you get like stage fright when you're in front? Because you were on a show with millions of people watching you, right?
Watching you
I actually
every week.
I get nervous every time. There's never a time I'm not nervous. I am, but I'm a performer. So you take all that nervous energy and just accept that you can't do it by yourself,
Right.
and have a good time.
Okay.
But no, I'm actually extremely introverted.
Okay. What's your birthday?
May 23rd.
Is that a Gemini?
Taurus?
Gemini.
Oh, you're Gemini.
My diva on stage is my other half.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
The one who wears a onesie and drinks wine is the other. Is the opposite.
What's your biggest fear?
Biggest fear? I have a lot of fears, actually. I'll probably say my biggest one is not dying early and not accomplishing what I'm supposed to.
Fear of failure.
Feel of failure. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Or we're going to put it into existence. You're going to be fine, girl. You're going to do your thing.
Speak that thing.
Yeah,
That's
girl.
all right. I'm like, but you're supposed to live every day like it's your last anyway. And it's a lot of, we don't do that. We don't think about what can I accomplish today? What should I do? Who can I touch? Who can I help? Who can I heal? How can I encourage myself? We don't think like that. But every day is a blessing. Every day we should consider what we can do to change the trajectory of our life. Every day. We don't think about that.
That's real.
Absolutely. What's currently on your playlist? Like, what are 5 songs that are on your playlist?
I'm an indie girl, so I'm playing a lot of independent artists who I find phenomenal. There's a young lady named Paula Champion who's actually here from Atlanta.
Okay.
She just put a record out, and it is so sexy, sensual, fantastic. There's a girl named Mickey Miller out of Indiana. She's super dope. It's a female producer. She plays and she sings and produces all her records. So I'm all about female empowerment. And then you'll jump to Aretha Franklin's records and Al Green. Like, you just never really know what's going to be on my playlist.
Right. Got you. Is there any final things you want to say to the people out there in the music industry coming up that might need some motivation? Give them some motivation, some games, some words of wisdom.
I would say to anybody who wants to be in the industry or is currently in the industry to train and study and master your craft in whatever capacity. And secondly, to have 2 to 5 revenue streams. Please don't put all your eggs in the basket. I have a guy who's 40 now who's talking about being a fireman because his music didn't work.
Oh, wow.
Sir, you're fat. You're not going to save anybody. Choose something else. So have other revenue streams. And 2, go for it. Just try everything. If it messes up, that's fine. Fail beautifully. But try everything.
Is there one thing you would change about your journey that you would do differently?
I don't think so. I think every difficulty, every challenge has made me stronger. There's always things that you probably should do better. But if I got to the same result, I think it would be well worth it to do it again.
Okay.
Dope.
All right, there you have it. Give it up for Kyla Jade in the building on Hoodrich Radio. Everybody, your Instagram, your website. Now's the time to promote what you got going on.
Listen, follow me on Kyla Sings. It's KYLASINGS on everything.
Hey.
This, made it very, very simple. I have 2 singles out right now. I did one when I first got off the show in tribute to Miss Aretha. I did Daydreaming. So she heard it. She listened to it. Told me I did a good job.
Wow.
Was humbling as all get out. And then I just put out another single a couple weeks ago that is definitely me. It's an old throwback. It feels good. Reminds you of the stuff your mama listened to back in the day. So get that music and just continue to follow my journey.
Okay, that's what's up. Big shouts out to Kyla Jade. And we're going to bring her back for DMs Exposed.
We are
too,
absolutely going to bring her back for DMs Exposed.
Got to do that,
Got
man.
to.
All right.
No, she got groupies.
Rich Radio 96.7 The Beat. Keep us locked.